Hello, this is David Dean, and we are here, Storm Shield Defense number 5, Canny Valley. This is the video for setting up all the trap tunnels and new amplifier placement. I will be doing a separate video of actually running and soloing the Storm Shield Defense, but this is going to be a long video. We have a new amplifier, and on that side we have a lot of building to do. And we also need to do some additional touch-ups on all the other amplifiers. First, if you see my other videos, I have been waiting. I have been trying to get this guy, the heavy bass Constructor from the current Neon event. And this guy I am looking forward to. It won't really matter in this video because I'm just building with him, but I will be using him and testing him out in the soloing of Storm Shield Defense number 5 when I run it. One thing I saw that was kind of messed up, I hope it's just an error in the text, for the bass. The bass normally, any bass you get for any constructor starts off at 3 segments, how far it goes out. On this guy, he had a perk that increased it to one segment, and then at level 25 he had a perk that takes it up 2 more segments, for a total of 6 segments. For some reason, it's saying 4 here. Hopefully, that's just a text error, but that's one of the things we will be testing out when we run this guy. And for this, we actually got a lot of different things going on since we have a new amplifier. There is 2 amplifiers you can place down. They are directly opposite places on the map. This one is to the northwest. It's actually the one I probably see put down the most as the 3rd amplifier. I'm going to hold off on it. It does have this great big cliff up here with a spawn point way in the back, and everything comes falling down off that cliff, and we don't have a big area up there with the Storm Shield to build a good defense on that quite yet. And plus, it just had all these cool buildings. I really don't feel like destroying them right now. And also the other fact is, you place this amplifier, it doesn't change any spawn point on your home base, but it does change it on amplifier A. It will take away the spawn point to the west, which is a good thing. But I have never got this tunnel tested out or run it in this series, and I really feel like I owe that to you guys to try to make sure all my tunnels get tested out so you know how well they work or don't work. So we're going to go ahead and leave this amplifier spot alone, and as you can tell, we got this one over here. The amplifier build, I'm going to put a link to that. I did a video and didn't need to bore you guys with doing it all over again. I did do a little bit different on this build, where on the corners there's usually jump pads in the 4 corners. This amplifier is the one that gets just nailed in Canny Valley Storm Shield Defense number 10. If you put down the same amplifiers, they will attack the same amplifiers when you run the same Storm Shield Defense. Now, what direction they attack the amplifier from, that is random. What mobs attack it as far as energy type or non-energy is random. The actual types, such as smashers and propane, does not change. So if you go and see anybody who has ran Canny Valley Storm Shield Defense number 10, and they have this amplifier, these 2 amplifiers, which you kind of get forced to do, and then this one over here as the amplifier, you will notice, and I can't remember the middle ones, but this will get attacked first, that will get attacked second, then there's a 3rd and 4th wave on these 2 other amplifiers. I'm not sure which order those 2 are. And then you get the 5th attack over here. And it is a ton of smashers and propane. So the build you see today is not a build to do Storm Shield Defense number 5. This will be much, much more than you need for Storm Shield Defense number 5. The defense I'm doing is getting it all set and ready for Storm Shield Defense number 10. Alright, we will get over to the amp, but that's the amp I'm going to place. One thing I saw in my Storm Shield, or in my subscriber series, where I go into people's bases, they show me around, and I check out their new and interesting builds. On Kaza, Storm subscriber series number 8, he had built this really strange, weird trap thing. At first I didn't understand, because you get the spawn point down here, even over here, which will blow up a few of these pieces, but there should be enough that it stays standing. And all the mobs are going to walk up over here into the trap tunnels to the home base. So there wasn't really any point of this, but what he did is put defenders inside of it, which makes the mobs change their course to try to get up in here. Now I'm just going to give you a quick overview of this, and this is even cooler now, because now they just came out with a sniper rifle that shoots through walls. So what I will probably do, just to test out more parts of this new event, is put a sniper here with the new sniper rifle that can shoot through the walls at the targets. Now, of course, the first thing a lot of people are going to say, well, what if it's propane? Well, if it's propane, they're going to try to blow this up, and it's not that great of an idea. But thinking of that, I determined that what I'm going to do is I'm going to start it with the sniper in there. I'm going to have a defender pad up over where I'm going to be at when I turn on the Storm Shield defense. And if I see it's propanes, then I will just basically destroy the sniper defender here by placing it up there, which will make it so nobody wants to bother with this trap tunnel if it's propane. If it's anything else, when they detect that defender up there, they will come around to one of these natural ramps, and unfortunately that might cause a problem. They might try to bash through that. But hey, we shall see. And they will come over here, and they will hit a launcher. I have this launcher here just to stop them from beating on the wall. This launcher goes to a 45, to another launcher, which sends them up to another floor launcher and another 45, to another launcher and another 45, and then another launcher and another 45, until finally spitting them out of the top. And I could have put traps in there to kill them off, but I actually want to see how high we can get these mobs to go. And also, if you check out Kaza's build, he does not have these walls open like this, because that's not the best way to do it if you're trying to actually kill them. But if you want to show off a trap, it's best to keep these walls only the half walls. So hopefully you'll see the mobs in here flying from down below up to here, up to the 45, to the next one, to that 45 up there, where they get spat out. And I really shouldn't have put the zapper up there, because that might kill a few of them. But I just thought it'd be a great fun experiment for you guys to check out in this Storm Shield defense. Just something different. But hey, let's get to what we were focusing on, doing the new amplifier. When you place this amplifier down, it changes this spawn point here that used to go into your home base from the south will now change, and now spawns over here will go and attack the new amplifier. That's a big deal. Also, there was a spawn point up here for mobs to go down and attack what is my amplifier B. Obviously that is gone, because now we're going to have the amplifier on that, and we will go ahead and place it. Alright, there we go. And people who have watched my videos will notice I've done, basically I made it more sturdy against smashers. We are now getting higher level. This is where things start getting much more difficult, because you have more elemental husks coming in, much more difficult to kill, and the elemental smashers just have insane amount of hit points. They just absorb damage, and you can kill them. It just takes a lot longer than the normal smashers. And the fact is, some of them are going to get through, and if you have any flat pieces, they will charge. And by having these slanted pieces all around my fort, it will stop them from charging. Now they'll still go up there and try to pound their way through, but that charge is absolutely deadly to an amplifier. So on here though, as I said, this is going to be a long video. because this amplifier can get attacked on 3 sides. As I said, the spawn point over there will come over that nasty ridge, which I absolutely hate because you can't really build on it all that well. Let's see. Right here. Everything should come up this nasty ridge. And some of them will snake around over here. One thing you'll keep hearing me say is the mobs want to walk straight towards the light. They're going into the light. In this case, there's a big old natural rock in the way. We can't get rid of it. So we're going to make it so some of the husks go down through here and get taken out. And some of the husks coming up here, they're all going to get taken out. So we got that. Also, one thing, with this constructor, I got to build a little bit different, and I have to make sure I got a good place for his base, his constructor base. Because his constructor base, everything that dies within the 6-tile radius of the base, you will see a ghostly image leave the husk and go flying towards the base. When it has 30 of it, it does an explosion that goes out, doing damage and impact to everything within that 6 tiles. Or actually, I think it's only 5 tiles it goes out. I'll have to go and double check it. Yeah, I think it's 5. But it's only on the level that the base is. So while I can put my base here on the ground floor to protect my entire base, it only absorbs husk and does damage to husk with the Nova on the same ground level. So like this, I wouldn't want to put it down here since the big spawn's up here. I really want to work out a way to put my base up here top, because the spawn's going to be on the back half of this future amplifier. It's all going to be back here. And that is from the south. And then this one has a little tricky one that most people don't even realize is a spawn point. It doesn't occur very often, but it can happen. To the east, way down here, with this really odd amplifier. I've never seen anybody place this amplifier. And so, hey, and tell me that in the comments. Do you want me to place an odd amplifier hardly anybody has placed before? Or do you want me to place the 4 amplifiers that pretty much 99% of people do when they do this zone, when it comes to the 4th amplifier? But mobs will spawn down here, and they will come up this nasty ridge, up here, up this ramp. The first time I did this is the second time I've gone through the game on this account. I tried to make them all walk around here and come here, so I could put walls knocking them back in. That didn't work. A lot of mobs just came up and started pounding through the walls. So this time, I'm going to have them come over here, and I was getting ready to defend this, or destroy this. Because this was the defense for B when the spawn point was here. But what I'm going to do instead is have them walk around here. I'm going to have launchers hitting them and sending them down into this trap tunnel. Basically forcing them to go through the trap tunnel all the way back up and around. Just reutilizing what I had in there in the past, which I think is a great use for it. But like I said, we got a lot of building. Thankfully, we have the new 4,000 stack limit I have on my character. It'll hit 5,000 when I get to the next skill tree. And basically, this entire build here took 4,000. If you're running low on materials, run Power Base Constructor, because he regenerates, and it's over 7 tiles. And I max out. No matter how much materials I go into a mission with, I pretty well max out before I leave the mission. And just throw that into my home base after the mission until my home base is full of it. But alright, it's time to get building. Let's start over here with this funky one. And this one gets hit the least, it seems like. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one all in stone. It's not letting me place there. Alright. And actually, I'm going to have them coming up here. I'm going to do it like this. Alright. Basic strategy is they're going to come up here. They're going to be getting hit by a launcher, taking some damage. They're going to come up here. I'm going to have a launcher over here, knocking them back over here with another launcher. knocking them back in here, a bunch of damage, and another launcher, or maybe even 2 launchers, shooting them out back down. And that is another thing about this guy. His base, anything affected by it, does the traps go off 30% faster. So that is great in a lot of ways, because the launchers will be going off a lot faster, hitting a lot more targets. But already on Storm Shield defenses, I'm having my launchers getting all used up for durability. And so that's one thing I got to watch. Also, for traps, should let you know this. I went ahead and leveled up my wall launcher to 4-star. It's kind of risky to do because I need 4-star charred black mineral powder, which is rare and hard to find in Canny Valley. But I had a bunch of it stored up, and basically from my magic blue box, dropping that blue box, and I got a lot out of it over my missions. But I got that, I took a risk and did the launchers just to get that bigger impact on them, so that hopefully I'll be knocking the smashers around. Other traps right now, the other legendaries, I got a new ceiling electric field out of the store right now. You can go and get it. Along with legendary wall darts are also in there. This one I leveled up so we can do a lot of damage right at the spawn points and take out a bunch of those little mobs early, so they're not using up my other traps. Gas trap, we've been using this one forever. Got it leveled up to 3-star. Dynamo up to 3 stars. Going to be using a lot of dynamos. Somehow I picked up 67 dynamos in a mission. I'm not sure if somebody dropped them. Usually I don't take stuff from any subscribers, except when I'm doing a mass build and they're in the zone. I will take trap materials because I end up just building tons of traps helping out people. And I know a lot of people try to give me weapons, but I never take them because that's not what what my gameplay is about. It's not really about weapons. It's about doing smart builds and taking stuff out with traps. And then we don't have the legendary here yet, but I am doing more of doing every other tile wooden floor spikes and then retractable floor spikes. Wooden floor spikes slow them down 30% and do a little bit of damage, and keeps them slowed for about an entire tile. So when they walk off of the wooden floor spikes, they're still going slow, and then they get hit by the high damage retractable floor spikes. I still need to level this thing up, the floor launcher, just don't use it all that often. And I've noticed in missions now they change fall damage, and launchers don't do any damage. Where mobs were getting damage from them is fall damage after getting launched. And now it seems like that damage has been significantly reduced or totally taken away. Not really a big deal. I use the launchers to basically redirect the husk where I want them onto damaged traps. And let's see. We should start leveling up some other stuff. I just don't have the schematic XP for it right now. But there we go for traps. And let's get moving. As I said, this is going to be a long video. You have been warned. And we'll just do a dynamo here. And actually, we'll get these guys slowed down right away. I'm going to keep this open. Normally, I would put a roof right there. But I want to put the launchers up here. And let's see. Definitely wooden ones there. Here we will go with the floor. There we go. Alright. So doing some massive damage there. And actually here is where I want the roof. And let's see. For this, it's still... Actually, no. I'm going to do the gas trap here. Over here. Ceiling. We will do the ceiling electric field. There we go. I doubt much will be getting back here, but if it does, it'll be getting hit by a gas trap. We will do, even though there's low levels, the wall darts extend all 3 tiles here. So we'll do the wall darts there. So basically that works out good. And actually, I haven't used them in a long time, but this is a great place to do tire traps. And I really don't care that they're low level. I haven't leveled these up yet. What I want them for is to be a nuisance trap and slow down mobs. So while these won't do much damage, they will cause a problem. When husks come up this ramp, the tires will fall down on them and they'll get knocked down and slowed down a little bit, which is always a good thing. Alright, and then we need... Let's do it this way. There we go. And trying to figure out how to do this. And actually, I kind of made a mistake here because they're going to come up here and they're not going to be able to get up on that floor. They're actually going to be pounding that out. It would be nice if I could do a staircase there. Am I going to have... See, this is why I don't like increasing the tier of the materials until I get everything placed. Because I do tend to have to tear things out every once in a while, since I am building this all on the fly. But they will come up here. Now they can get on this ridge the way I want them to and get sent down. Where else can I put in traps? Actually, right here, I can also put in the wall darts. So whatever comes up this ramp is getting hit in the back by them. And once again, we will do another tire trap. And as you can see, I got about 1,000 structures left to place. So I'm definitely by the end of all this going to have to destroy some structures on other things to keep going. And just trying to figure out the last... Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I can't get in there. I'm going to try to remember when I run this to put a launcher right here. I don't think it'll... Oh, there. All right. So when mobs come up here, they're going to get hit by that launcher, get sent over here, and get hit by 2 dynamos. And that's pretty good. All right. The only thing is... that launcher is going to hit in the back. Okay, I'm kind of messing up here, but that's okay. Doing this all on the fly. And I hate that you can't change the wall size once you put a dynamo on it, because I'm going to put that dynamo right back on there. I'm just going to... Nothing is going to be beating on this wall. And I want whatever is sent flying by that launcher not to be interfered with this. So there we go. Damage launcher. Launcher. Did I have a... Let's see. Alright, and on that, dynamo. Alright, so we finally get them through there. They're going to come over here. And let's see. Yeah, we'll keep that. The thing is, I would love to try to keep them over here as much as possible, but I've tried that in the past, and it's always just kind of ended up backfiring on me. Once again, wall darts in the back. So they will come up, they will go over here. And 2. And once again, the thing is, well, on most of my builds, what I'm really building for is smashers. Everything else I can kill easy, I can take out, I'm not worried about. It is the smashers. And that's a lot of times when people argue with me, or I don't argue, I just get in discussions about the traps and stuff, which ones are better and stuff. I'm arguing from the point of, hey, when I'm running a Storm Shield defense, and in my case, they're about 20 levels higher than me, the mobs, everything I am building is to take care of the smashers. And that's why I love the ceiling zappers, which you've hardly ever seen me use, because I don't have a good one yet. But those later on, like this far back, are what you would really want to be placing. And here, yeah, we got a floor launcher there, hitting to a 45. And actually here, I'm going to do a half wall. By this time, the mobs will be thinned out. I don't do half walls down there because then they get all clogged up. And if there's propane, they'll blow stuff up. If it's smashers, they'll just start beating down random walls. So they don't get clogged up there. I keep it all open in the beginning. But by the time they get up here, very few are going to be getting up here. And let's see, how do I want to do this? I want everything going down in there. I really do. So let's have some fun with this. And the thing is, like I said, it's strange. I ran this thing, mainly Storm Shield Defense number 10 on my other account. It took me like 6 or 7 tries before I successfully soloed it. And never in the last Storm Shield Defense did they ever come from the east. They always came from either the south or west. Now, in the earlier Storm Shield Defenses, they would come from the east. And I don't know if I just got lucky with that or what, but let's see. Here, we're going to change it around. And actually, we're going to do a directional. Should I do directional? No. We're going to do it straight normal. So if they get by this launcher and floor launcher, wall launcher, then they come in here. Once again, floor launcher, wall launcher, pushing them back over here. And this one will be pushing them down into the pit from our previous trap tunnel. And and just to make this work a little bit better, just to let you know, dynamos, great on damage, but also a lot of impact. So that takes down the Smasher's impact counter, making it easier for the launchers to actually work on those really annoying Smashers. I can't get a 45 in there without messing with that one, so let's go ahead. We'll do that. We will change this one. There we go. So now this has a 45 degree on it, so it should send them right over there. This is going to be awesome. I love this idea. All right. Here, do we keep it going? I'm trying to figure out how far the Smashers will go before they start pounding through walls to get to the Amplifier. Because they originally wanted to come in at this direction because that's the way they're spawning. But now I got them up here. It's actually kind of shorter for them to go for this wall. And we need to do that now that we placed it. So let's see. I really want to make this work. So we're going to go ahead. Sorry, I usually try to pound out all the stuff before you guys, before I start the video. But we're having fun. I want to try this trap tunnel. I really, really hope they come from the east, because this would definitely be the most fun. And like I said, I've never seen it go off later on. So once again, yeah, wall launcher straight in, floor launcher straight up, and there should be no Smasher out there that would have more impact than all these launchers are putting on it. Mainly now that I have a Constructor that has a boost on them for how fast the launchers will be going off. And then we just let's actually, nope, not going to be able to reach that. Okay. So that's going to be our nice little trap pit here. If you don't remember, it goes down here. 3 dynamos. Whoa. I just teleported. Cool. All right, 3 dynamos with the retractable floor spikes. And then they're forced to drop down here. Wooden floor spikes, dynamo launcher back here, where they're going to take a bunch of damage, but they're going to want to actually go straight through this wall. So they're going to spend time bashing that out. They're going to bash out the floor over there. Now I may change that up so it is an open trap tunnel. I kind of like the idea of them having to beat through there. And then they are in this area down here. Dynamos, gas, wooden floor spikes. Unfortunately, the launcher is going to kick them the way they want. So I will take out this launcher later, and actually I will put a launcher right here because we're changing it. Before, mobs were coming in this way. Now we're actually going to have mobs coming in the opposite direction. And later on I will bash out these two tiles, but you don't need to see me do that. And hopefully that is enough. Also, I swear when I got higher level in Canny Valley, say I had a spawn to the far south, suddenly I would just find 2 or 3 smashers in the back here. How they got there, I don't know. So trying to keep a good eye on that, and hopefully now that I'm recording it, we will know. And let's see what else we need to do here. Launcher's going to send them back down here. So we will do a dynamo. That's sending them over there. And we will do a dynamo there and here. So anything that gets launched over is getting hit by that. And do I want to do anything else with that? Nah, that's pretty good for right now. If we'll see how this holds up if it gets attacked this way. And we'll put in some floors here just so my base can affect all of it. When I run this, if it comes from the east, I'll probably put my base right here. Or actually, we'll probably back it up to right here, so that if the explosion occurs, it's up here on the main base. What? No! Okay, I don't know what's going on right now. I'm not sure if that showed up on the video or not, but my screen just went black. And hopefully my video card isn't getting used up. This is a brand new computer. I got seriously worried right there. And okay, so pressing on. So we took care of attack from the east. This is the nightmare side south, so we will do that last for this amplifier. And then I will go around to the other 2 amplifiers and just do a little bit of making them stronger. In the past, the way I always did this was I have them come down and I would put all the traps here because you can't do much on the ridge. Fortunately, I think I've learned, and the better idea, is to have it so that they walk across a nice smooth floor that I can build upon. So now, and this trap really isn't going to be used anymore. So we'll have it like this. We will, alright, we will divide it right here. Hopefully the mobs won't try to get through. And then we have it, this area, which normally you couldn't have built on if you hadn't put down the floor, where we will have our 2x2 timeout rooms. I'm going to hold up. I may need this open for the rest of the build, just because I'm not 100% sure what I want to do up there. So we will get this going. And actually, I'm going to do that full length just to give it a little bit more structure. We will put our new level 106 launchers. Here we will do wooden floor spikes in a row, but back here where they're flying to, we will put the damage traps, and any type of trap back here will basically do. Even a freeze trap that does no damage, because while it does no damage, it does increase the dynamos. And actually, now we'll keep using mine. The dynamos, if a character is frozen, they take 25% more damage from all those dynamos. But anything will work back here, a fire trap, anything that does damage. I also see a lot of people do they actually like, the floor launchers, where once again they don't really do any damage, but they knock the mobs up in the air, keeping them in the area longer. They take a bunch of massive damage. Once again, here I'm not going to put any half walls or triangles or anything like that, slow them down, because here you're going to have a massive wave all at once. So you want them to come in, and this is where you're thinning them out. And then, since you got the flat piece here, go ahead, let them drop down. And once again, this build is not for Storm Shield Defense number 5. This is what I'm building up for Storm Shield Defense number 10. So I'm just building it all at one time. And actually on this, if I put a ceiling piece here, there's a chance the smashers will try to bash down that wall and just walk across the top of this. It's not worth a extra ceiling trap to risk having that happen, so I'm going to keep this open. So if they bash it down, fine, they just fall back down into my trap pit. Here we will be thinning them, making it tougher for them to get through. First cutting off one tile and then cutting off two tiles. Try to use proper English, which I'm horrible with. And let's see. There we go. And more damage, and then a lot more damage, and nothing is getting through here except for elemental smashers may have a chance of making it all this way, and only much later on. Once again, I will decide later about putting up roofs on, let's see, this piece after we do the top. Here, we're going to do a gas trap. I would really prefer to do a ceiling zapper there. That's where the ceiling zappers are great, because nothing is going to be getting through here except for one smasher at a time, or a husky husk, one or two at a time. And the zappers are great for taking out those single high hit point mobs. But there we go. We got 4 of those. That should really slow them down a lot. And let's see, if we're going over here, I'm just trying to figure out how to get the base to affect both the amplifier and my trap tunnel. So we will build walls out like that, just so my base will extend out to it. So like if I get attacked from the west, this is probably where I'll put my base. So it extends out. The only thing is then it doesn't hit the mobs up here. Well, no matter where I put it, it's going to have some holes in it. But down here, once again, nasty evil ridge. We hate these ridges. And when I first did it, I just left them basically open because I had no idea how to stop them. And let's see, we want them to go up right there. And we're going to give them, once again, nice, easy path to the amplifier. And let's see on this. Just trying to figure out, the thing is the spawn point changes. Sometimes the spawn point will be way over here, and you will have an even split with half of them going over there and half up this middle tunnel. And other times the spawn will be over here, and you will have half coming up here and half going up that way, and hardly anything going through this side. So just trying to figure it out. Also, one thing I've seen people do, throwing down their timeout rooms on the same side of the amplifier. Like here, the amplifier is to the north of me. So I want to build the timeout rooms in the opposite direction, the south. That way when mobs get hit into it, like the propane tanks and the smashers, they want to go back out this way to the amplifier. If you put your timeout room here, well, there is the amplifier. And if they don't detect that rock there, then the smashers will just beat down this wall to walk this way. So just to let you know, if at all possible, do your trap rooms away from the direction they want to go, just to make life more painful for it. Also, if possible, in your trap room here, like an edge, they don't like edges for some reason. But if you have a flat piece, they might pound through to go through that flat natural area, and this will stop them from that. At least I definitely hope it will. Alright, so we got them coming up here. And actually, It's a little bit risky. And can I put a floor here? Alright, one thing I wanted to test out, and I saw somebody do it, but I've never, and it should work. Putting this launcher here should cause the mobs on here to get launched off of it. This definitely works. Putting a launcher here. Launchers work through walls. Other traps do not. So when mobs come up here, they're going to get a floor launcher sending them up in the air, and then they're going to fall down. Maybe take a little damage, maybe not, but either way, it's slowing them down. And then you got this launcher sending them back down there, and there they should be getting some fall damage. And once again, if not, hey, it's slowing them down. And that's what I want, is definitely slow down the mobs as much as possible. Alright, so we're going to use the rule of 3 here. There we go, and on that, once again, doing this additional building I'm doing right now, I would definitely not do for Storm Shield Defense number 5, but I would definitely do it for Storm Shield Defense number 10. So I'm going ahead and putting it in, and I'm going to have launchers on the floor here, and launchers on the wall here, because every once in a while mobs get stupid and do stupid things. So we're just preparing for the stupidity. Alright, we're hoping, really hoping that this will be enough to make all the mobs go exactly. Oh, I'm going to do the same. Get out of that. Same thing over here with launchers underneath and on the wall with the floors. And this is a new thing we had never done before, so I'm hoping it's going to work out. So now everything that spawns over here has one of 3 choices. Our first trap tunnels we already completed, going up those stairs or going up these stairs. And everything else is basically blocked off. Another good part about this is mobs like flingers and lobbers. If they spawn up here, they will try to come all the way down and around here to get an angle. But now when they try to, we're going to have traps. And I actually will probably put dynamos on the back of these to stop flingers and lobbers from trying to get around and get that angle. So we got that one, and then we got this one. And this one I'm going to have to veer it because they're going to want to walk at an angle. So basically we are going to do a timeout room. It's going to turn, and then here we will have another timeout room. So there we go. If you're starting to get this now, they will walk up here, launcher, timeout room. They'll try to get out that, have a launcher here sending them back. Get over here, there will be a launcher if they make it past that. Timeout room over here. And once again, we're just going to keep going with that. And actually, we're going to combine these two. Outstanding. I love it. This is a lot of building. And I know that. But, once again, for Storm Shield Defense number 10. This thing. And plus, if you haven't noticed, I'm like level 49 now. And the mobs are, like I said, 20 levels ahead of me. So if you want to do this, I have seen people solo some of these Storm Shield defenses, and they're 30 or 40 levels higher than the mobs. And I don't think that really helps you that much, because it's not showing you how to build to defeat the mobs as much as it's showing you, hey, just level up, that's how you win the game. And I want to show you there is actually a smarter way to do that. And a more, to me, a funner way to do it. Alright, so here is where hopefully we will get them to combine. Unfortunately, smashers, they just like going through walls. So we'll see if they comply or not. Or should I take it? I'm going to do it like that, because I simply don't trust smashers to do the smart thing. And let's see on that. I hate that it drops into this uneven thing. It just makes it a little bit tougher for building, but we'll go ahead and use it. All right. So here it's going to be pretty simple. Actually, for this tunnel I will use these 67. And so a lot of dynamos. Fortunately now, with being able to carry so much more resources, that just helps so much in doing these massive builds. And I really think that's what the developers wanted. This was, you got Battle Royale if you want to run around and do nothing but shoot. But it kind of seemed like they wanted people to actually be doing more building. And here, because there's so many mobs coming in the very beginning, whoop, that was the wrong button. We will do these ceiling electric fields to thin down the herd. And then we will go with the gas traps to take out the bigger mobs. And yeah, here, they have a perfectly straight run. All they have to do is walk straight through to get to the amplifier. Alright, so that is all good. All trapped out over here. This is just a big empty area, just the way I like it. And let's see. And actually, on the walls over here, I'm going to put stairs behind them, just to help encourage the smashers not to destroy what I'm doing. And the thing is, I know the trap tunnels are really long. That is for two reasons. To be able to take out the big, huge mobs like the smashers. The other reason, it forces the lobbers to come into your tunnels. And when the lobbers come in the tunnels, they don't have much hit points. They die pretty darn fast. And let's see. So, like I said, kind of feel bad showing you all of this. If you think you have to do this for Storm Shield Defense 5, nope. Alright, so that's going to go, whoops, not to the end. Here we go. And actually the main tunnel I'm going to do all in these wooden floor spikes just because it's zigzagging so much. I want to keep that slow speed. And then once again, any kind of trap back in the timeout room. And yeah, we're running out of dynamos pretty fast. And actually that one's good here. Actually, I'm going to keep using the dynamos. Some of these would be good for wall darts like here, but they don't have impact on them. And once again, those elemental smashers, you got to wear them down. Not much is going to make it out here, but if it does, we'll do some more damage to it. And we need to make some more dynamos. Once again, ceiling electric field up front. And actually, I'm even going to put it all the way to that corner. And then gas traps. How are we doing on gas traps? We got 10. Alright. Really don't see much getting here. I won't do any more traps on that for Storm Shield Defense number 5. I'll add more stuff when we get a little bit further on. I guess probably shouldn't have put that much in the beginning because we still got to test this thing out to see if it works even on 5. But there we go from the east. It is all done. But we still have one other side, the worst side, the south side. And once again, I will 3-tier all of this later. And I do want to go ahead, just so I don't forget later, all of these, I'm going to put stairs behind them, just in hopes of the smashers and propane not doing something stupid and taking them out. And yes, I know the propane husks are actually called exploders, but I don't care about what's carrying the propane tanks. I care about the propane tanks. This gets difficult because they spawn this entire length here. So let's see what we got here. They want to come down straight on this path. I tried like crazy, basically doing a V pattern before, trying to get all of them to funnel straight into here, and it was an epic fail. And so we will Let's see, what do we got? Oh, we got tons of metal. The thing is, I can't believe how much resources I have now. And we can only build out so far, both because of the shield and because of the amplifier here. And this is where they're going to be spawning at, is on the back side. So we got one tunnel here. Where will this get? Okay. We will do another tunnel there. 1, 2. And then 1, 2. We will have them trying to go down here, unfortunately. I'm trying to think. I want to not do a gigantic build over here. Unfortunately, I know from the past when I tried not to do a gigantic build over here, bad things happened. Can I get up a wall there? Good. But let's go ahead. And I tried to get them to all go in here. It didn't work out too well. Let's see if we do it like this time. Basically, I want everything dropping on this point and taking them out. So if we have this over here, I may have to combine that. Yeah, I'm going to combine that one down below. And hopefully that works. All right. I am pretty sure this one gets attacked on Storm Shield Defense number 5. So I'm hopefully all this building will get shown off right away to see how much of it is good idea and how much was wasted effort. And once again, timeout rooms, as I said before, I actually have been trying to figure out different builds that are better than the timeout rooms, but the simple fact is they really seem to work. So I'm not gonna, for the time being, I'm gonna keep using them. And so we will get this one done. Let's see, they're going to come here through there, so do that. And actually, we're going to just trying to maximize things. Actually, because what I was going to do is put a wall here with a launcher and basically make it a double timeout room. The thing is, actually, yeah, take it out. Because I will not, let's see, I can build there, I can build there. Yeah, we will leave this as it was. Sorry, changing my mind on the fly. This one, we can put in ceilings all over the place. Actually, we kind of better because you do get lobber waves on a few of these. And they're already up 2 tiles higher than your base. So they can get pretty good angle on this thing. And cut that off. So we got our tunnel right there. We're going to have this guy over here. Unfortunately, this one, how much of this can I get built beforehand? Come on. Oh, didn't realize that was off. There we go. Alright, actually, let's leave that open until I find out everything I can put down. Nope. Alright, I'm going to have to be quick to get up here if they come this way and do some additional building. And so we have, let's see. Oh, they're turning right there, so yeah, we need that. And this one went kind of quick, but it's not very long. This is a major problem because it could cause some definite issues. No, can't do that. I keep trying to find places to put more timeout rooms, but I'm kind of limited. Let's see, if I do a floor launcher, I can, since I'm not putting a wall here, this is where I want them to drop out. I can't put a launcher there, but I can put a floor launcher there. So we just have to have something for the 45 to attach to. And unfortunately, it's one of my weakest traps, even though it's legendary. So that will hit the 45, and we get one additional timeout room right here. And nah, let's do it right. All right. Oh, so here we go. We got these two combining up here. I would love to make that. Trying to figure out. Actually, we can put a launcher there. They come over here. And I know this looks backwards. By putting a launcher here, I'm sending them in the direction they want to go. But they're almost ready to step off the corner anyway. So by putting a launcher here, it will send them here. The launcher up to another timeout room. Don't know if that's a good idea or not. We'll test it out. That's what all this is. It's just one giant experiment. Alright, let's finish this up. Can I get even close to putting that one down? Nope. I'm here with another launcher. Whoop. Let's get to launcher. All good. I think we got it. This will get through Storm Shield Defense number 5. And this one, obviously, when the Storm Shield is gone, or moved back another tile or two, we will definitely be increasing it. I really want to level up the fire traps, but the problem is with the fire traps, they are dependent on what elemental type you get. So they do massive damage to the nature ones, but do much less damage to the water ones. And since I have no idea what's coming, I think I'm going to keep it generic. Whoop. And we need dynamos. Lots and lots of dynamos. And we still got the other 2 amplifiers to go and increase. And as those things are getting created, I also probably will run out here right away to put a lobber screen up here if they spawn from this direction. I'm trying to figure out, because I'm going to run out pieces. Just building all this, I used up over 300, over 400 actually with the amplifier. So we're going to be really close when I have to place down that fourth amplifier. And doing lobber shields takes up a lot of structural pieces. Alright, so some more damage to them. And actually, no. Alright, I'm going to put a tire trap up there, but I will do that later so as not to bore you any too much longer on this side. Once again, since they're just coming in, we will do the ceiling electric field. And since we're doing the ceiling electric field, I'm going to take that down to a half wall so that they can hit mobs in this corner. If I had that as a full wall, it would block off some of that. And then, what is that? Level 82. We got a ton of these resources. So for this one, we're going to do a ton of the ceiling electric field. Tire trap here. Don't get to use tire traps that often. Actually, yeah, we will do that. And once again, all this is feeding into this drop. Up here, this is feeding into the drop. And I'm going to do the same thing up here. Launcher, launcher. And you guys know how I do the timeout rooms now. I did about, seems like about 20 on this. I know it's not really that much, but it definitely feels that way. Okay, but at least a dozen of them. So let's see over here. I'm always worried about mobs breaking through walls and then not going, and then walking across the ceiling of my traps. So we may just leave that open for now. And then everything ends up at this one point. And let's see. We will get that. And actually, yeah. Alright. So then everything drops. Whatever is left through all that hopefully comes through here straight to the amplifier. And as usual, should have done this beforehand, but I am going to put half walls on all these with dynamos on them. And should be good, and that should not trigger the smashers to do their charge attack. Hopefully, if they come in the way they're supposed to. And here, this will be, because they're doing, when they land, they're going to be knocked down. So we'll have them take a bunch of damage, a bunch of impact damage, come through here. And actually, I'm going to do more of the half wall just so I can get in and out of the trap tunnel if I need to. And I'm actually going to wait to place the trap here because we got more than enough to take them out on Storm Shield Defense number 5. And hopefully sooner or later I'll get a really good ceiling zapper. Because whatever comes in here, they're probably going to come through 1, possibly 2 at a time. And they're going to have massive hit points. They're going to be the elemental smashers, and the zapper will take that down a lot faster than anything else in the game. So, we're doing pretty good on this one. Sorry for how long it took. It was a lot of building. But, let's see. For me getting around, let's go ahead and do that. And out here, like I said, later on I will probably have a lobber shield up over here. But right now I want people to be able to see. Whoop, that is not what I wanted there. Wanted that. And I'll be taking out the stairwell. But I will have it open just so early on I'm confident of my defenses. And plus, they're not going to be able to hit it, hopefully, without going into the trap tunnel. I will 3-tier all of this to get it ready. This doesn't need defenses anymore, but we're going to leave it just because you get stupid flingers roaming around. And if they go in those tunnels, great. Over here, this is held up extremely well, and there's really no reason to replace any of it. And I look forward to testing this out. If I was doing this not for a video, I would go ahead and put traps like wall darts here shooting out at the mobs. But I actually want the mobs to get up and around and over to see how this plays out. I'm a little worried about that. How can I make that? I'm actually going to build them a stairwell right there. It'll probably blow up, but hopefully they will go up it and not bash out the back end of this timeout room that I have over here. Once again, that's just playing. Now we got to go and beef up our other amplifiers a little bit. Can I make it? Oh yeah, that's cool. Although that's where I wanted to get. We can just do that. Alright. Over here, this has never been attacked yet. And I want to do this with my new ceiling electric field. And I want to use, let's see, we will use brick. Better than wood, but eventually we'll probably end up placing that amplifier. And that way I won't mind tearing this down so much. So we got this spawn point just to stop the lobbers. We're going to do a little bit extra. And let's see, over here. Ew, that's kind of ugly. We can still, what do we got over here? I just don't want lobbers. We got great defenses for everything. But the lobbers could definitely get right here and do some serious damage. Okay, I was trying to figure out why I didn't have it walled off from before, but that's because the storm shield used to be out this far. And that's what I was supposed to do and never got around to it. Once again, we're going to stick with wood over here. What do we got? Did I just, yeah, 1, 2, 3. They got the ramp. We're going to invite them into our fort because we're nice people like that. And I don't see anything really coming over here but the lobbers. So we just want to keep cutting them off so they don't ever get a clear view of the sky. And I'm going to do my best not to reinforce all this because it really doesn't need it. But if I know myself, I'll probably reinforce it just because. And even over here, let's make sure. All right. And then we're just going to do a few traps. Because as I said, the only thing coming over here are going to be lobbers, and they die really fast. Of course, never fast enough for my liking, but hey. And then we actually need to make a few more of these. And I kind of hate this because I know they're going to get turned down later. But I want to take these things out early. So that's enough. The rest of the ceiling's just for the lobbers. And I think we're good there. Oh shoot, we do got an area I wanted to buff up some more. Up on top, we finally got the storm shield back. Now it's back. I can actually hopefully show you a little bit better. The vast majority spawn down there in the gorge by the river, and they just come walking up there. But as you've seen in the video, some of them will spawn up here. Some of them will walk through here and drop down. Others will walk across this top ridge area to a drop down point, which you guys saw in one of my videos. They actually, for some reason, they don't drop over here because that would be way too easy. They come back here, drop down, and then through a little tunnel in the wall that I got all trapped. And then some of the mobs drop down in here. So they get spread out pretty far with all of it. But let's go ahead over here. And once again, this is a place that the lobbers, the pitchers, the blasters love to come in here and try to target me. So they don't have a lot of hit points. They end up dying pretty quick. And actually this area we will reinforce really quick. And then we will go here. And this is where they're dropping down from above once again. They get in this area, come through, and we have the same setup here, where if they stay up here, they're going to take a lot of damage. If they drop down, they're in, once again, a bunch of damage. So all that I feel pretty comfortable with on that part of it. This part of it, though, definitely want here, everything's going to come up. And let's go ahead, and I'm not going to trap it all out just because you've already seen this, like I said, pretty much a dozen times. But we will end up having a timeout area here with launchers. Do I even have any more of those? No, I'm almost, well, I got plenty of resources to make more. And I love the fact you can make 20 at one time now instead of 10. But yeah, don't need to show you again. Everything's going to come up in here. Launchers, spitting them back. And one of the things also, as I mentioned before, my trap durability runs out on the longer waves. And that's why you want to have much more trap tunnel length than you probably would think you would need, because these traps will get used up. And then suddenly they will be getting up here and going through these traps, and these traps will slowly get used up. But we plan for that. We know that's going to happen, and that's why I do the trap tunnels so long. But I will head back down there and 3-tier that and put all the traps in it I need. This is that other area I was telling you about where they would drop. Instead of coming off the cliff right here, I guess they want to do the smaller drop here and come out that, which I have all trapped up. But we can still get attacked over here. And actually, was this where? Yeah, I actually had a smasher, an elemental smasher, get through all my traps down here and make it up here and bash through 2 walls after that. So what I did on the fly during that was back here. Oh, I'm changing this out. Alright. Just making this a little bit stronger because I did have the issue with it last time. And actually going to kind of do a bunker defense here. You don't see me do many of those. Because, yeah, they actually got through the wall. If you can see it, it's 2-tier there. I still got to reinforce it. But what we're going to do here, this will be in metal. And we will do a floor launcher. Do I have them? Yeah. Alright. And then I'll put that 3-tier later. We're going to do another wall here with a launcher. Once again, this launcher reaches through the 45. So anything that comes up here now is not only getting hit by the launcher, and now there's dynamos. I didn't have dynamos there before, but it's also getting hit by a wall launcher on the other side of this, getting knocked back down, and hopefully that will do a better job this time. Alright, launcher. See, they only have 28 charges. I really got to get that up, either through more trap durability charges in my survivor squad, or just getting better launchers, I guess. And unfortunately, these are my old level 48 launchers as opposed to my 106 launchers. I almost want to tear them out, but I feel like with that new base that this guy has, and they're going off 30% faster, they will get used up really fast, which will allow them to run out, and I can place new ones there. My base, if they get attacked this way, I will actually come down here and probably pound out this floor and put it, because I need it on the floor level here. And let's see, last time I tested this out to see what would explode and where they would walk. All this exploded, and since they can't walk there, they were coming up here and in. Just trying to figure out ways to use that to my advantage. And once again, we'll just put a launcher. We will slow them. Actually, we'll slow them down there and here. And we will do damage here, here, and here. This one I actually will do the wall darts, even though they're low level. They'll hit all 3 tiles. I did have a few mobs try to come over here and pound through this wall, but the launcher kept them off of it. And so that, and even if they do, they will just come down here in the trap tunnel right here. At least that's the plan. We will see what happens with the plan. But we got that. We'll put another wall launcher here. And we will hit them actually to clear out all those pesky little mobs, because those are the ones that end up using up the traps early on, which is really annoying. Let's see. I don't want a trap of ceiling there, because they, oh, yeah, they may drop down. So let's do it. Nope, that's a bad idea too. Get rid of that. We will do it like this. Or actually, we'll just leave it. Okay, sorry about that. But I do want... Darn it, we don't have that much room, but still. Ceiling electric field, ceiling electric field, ceiling electric field. Hopefully that'll take out a bunch of those nuisance mobs early on, and they're not messing with my trap tunnel. So we're good on this base, or amplifier. That was amplifier A. Now we go hit B. Almost cleared it. But in theory, and if you place this down as amplifier A, you would have originally got attacked from this direction, or could have, from the north. Once you put down the amplifier over there to the northwest, it causes that spawn point to change from this amplifier to that amplifier. so I shouldn't have anything attacking this way. Where I am definitely going to be getting attacked from is from the east, and that's the only direction this amplifier can get attacked from anymore. So I really want to buff up this one side, because I know this is where the mobs are just going to keep on coming from. And once again, should have cleared this out before. My bad. But take that out. Cool. And if you don't know, if you haven't seen my other video, if you have a soldier with going commando power, that is awesome for clearing out mobs now. So just to let you know, can we fit another timeout? Yeah, we can do that. We will do this here. And actually they got pretty far through this tunnel, a lot further than I thought they would. So we need to definitely beef this thing up a little bit. And here we'll just have that closed off, because you're basically forced, because of the canyon, to wishbone. One of the two ways the mobs have to. So we will just pound them here, and then out here, and here they can drop down from the top here, but there's a narrow place. The only place they can get through on the ceiling is this one tile. So I don't mind putting ceiling pieces here to take out the vast majority of the mobs walking on this level. And also it forces the lobbers to go into the tunnel. If you have this open, I think right about here, the lobbers will start trying to target your amplifier. And so, all right. You got that. What are we going to do here is make some more ceiling electric fields. And this is going to get tacked all the way through. Like I said, on Storm Shield Defense 10, and every time this amplifier is going to get attacked, it's going to get tacked on this one direction. So I might as well just make this as strong as possible, so that we don't have to worry about it. Let's see, actually I'm going to do a row of those. And now we got these. Kill all the nuisance mobs that come running through here. Unfortunately, we will have, and I can't really get to it, some of the mobs will go down around this ridge and try to go through over here. Usually it's not many of them. Unfortunately, the ones that do are usually the smashers. So I did see somebody had blocked this off well enough, or I guess maybe it was that, or the flingers went all the way down to that amplifier I showed you earlier that we did the building for, and it went all the way back up around. Hopefully we won't have that issue. Here we definitely need a smasher killer. Trap tunnel. Come on. Alright. And what we're... shoot. Still got to take it out. And actually, can they change their mind and go through here? It doesn't really matter, because what they'll do is drop down in there. But here, I do want to put in... Hey, you guessed it! Launcher with the timeout room. And actually, I will end up doing 2 of those. You don't need to see me pound through that and place them. You know exactly how these things work. Now we have secured this area. And like I said, I will put the traps in there later when you guys don't have to watch me do it and pound out all that material. And that is it. I am done talking. I am tired of talking. And let's see, I just want to get back up here to the new base, because everybody loves that base. This should be interesting. I want to see how this works. And hopefully this will all go good. This is a massive build. But like I said, the further you go in this, the more chaotic it gets. So, and plus, if you're soloing, it's very, very difficult to fix something when it goes wrong. When you have 1,000 husks coming in at one wave, one wave. So there you go. I don't know if there's anybody still left listening to this, but if there is, thank you for listening. I appreciate it. And hopefully all this helps. I will get in here. I'm going to do this as fast as possible to do all the traps, tier 3 all the material, and have it ready to go, so that I really want to show off this constructor, what his base does. Is it really as good as I hope it is? We shall find out. All right, take care and have an amazing day.